Presses the button, they're off this time, and the favourite, Miss Thunderstood, came out flying. Leads a half length or so on Southern Jazz. Kisses showing speed, and so too Desiree Lass and Snippets Miss. Length and a half to Hot Dancer, followed by Ideal Harmony, and then a gap to Betrill. Kayumangi on the inside, 4 or 5 lengths, then to Harmony Ridge, followed by Scale the Heights. Broadway starting to lose ground noticeably. Revelations went away from it, and Bluebird Hill is last. Desiree Lass and Snippets Miss, joint leaders coming to the bend from Miss Thunderstood, 3 deep. Southern Jazz is in the middle. Hot Dancer's over on the inside, and these 5 fillies have raced about 6. Ideal Harmony, Kisses, and 2 lengths to Betrill. On top of the rise, 300 to go, and again Miss Thunderstood given full rein by Brian York. Race 2, Desiree Lass to head her off. Over on the inside is Snippets Miss, and 2 lengths Southern Jazz, then Hot Dancer, but it's Miss Thunderstood, 100 metres to go. About a length and a half clear. Desiree Lass is battling back on the inside, coming home well Betrill, but Miss Thunderstood is holding Desiree Lass. And Miss Thunderstood wins it nicely from Desiree Lass, 3rd Betrill, then Snippets Miss, Southern Jazz, followed by Hot Dancer. A break then to Harmony Ridge, and then Kayumangi, followed by Scale the Heights, Revelations, Broadway, Bluebird Hill. Second last was Kisses, and Ideal Harmony back at the rear.
12 Miss Thunderstood, 14 210, 1 Desiree Lass, 2 even, 3 Betrill, 740.
Good, ridden by Brian York, has scored. And on the tote in New South Wales, we'll pay $4.10 and $1.80. Number 1 is second, Desiree Lass, Eddie Wilkinson, $2.10. And Betrill, number 3 in the 3rd spot, written by Corey Brown, has paid $8.40. Quinella, $12.50, exacted $22.80, and the trifecta, $614.60. Now the time will be of interest. They've broken the 60. They've run 59.48. The record is held at 57.9 by a very good filly in Tresquet, and we'll have the other time details in a moment. The winner, Miss Thunderstood, has certainly given the stallion Thunder Gulch a great start to his Australian career. Of course, he was represented by one of the big winners last Saturday week in the 2-year-old divisions, and Miss Thunderstood is out of a mare called Rust Essence, raced by Miss L.M. Curry, trained by Alan Denham and ridden by Brian York, and scored by 3/4 of a length, with a length and 3/4 between second and third, 59.48. The breakdown, 23.67 and 35.81. The official 4th. Racing now, Red Furno and Zabiel's Pride smartest away. Merchant Bank 3rd, and then comes He's a Farmer. There's no speed on early, followed by Arctic Will. Second last is Untrue, and Fleece is last. Zabiel's Pride at the end of 250 lopes along, 3/4 to a length clear on Red Furno. He's a Farmer tugging for rain at Arctic Will is scooting around the outside. Obviously, Greg Ryan wasn't happy with the speed being adopted by Matthew Carl on the leader, Zabiel's Pride. So Arctic Will races up to the leader's girth as they go to the first bend. Red Furno 3rd. He's a Farmer is 4th, followed by Merchant Bank, Untrue the inside, and 2 lengths to Fleece. Zabiel's Pride narrowly clear from Arctic Will as they work onto the High Street side, and they match strides about 3 lengths clear on Red Furno. About 2 lengths then coming He's a Farmer. 1 further off is on the inside Untrue from Merchant Bank, and 2.5 lengths to Fleece. No change in the order, with the leader getting away a shade, Zabiel's Pride, from Arctic Will as they race in the direction of the 600. 5 lengths to Red Furno, Untrue going between Red Furno and on the inside He's a Farmer. 4 lengths to Merchant Bank being desperately ridden, and Fleece is another 5 away. On the corner, and the 2 favourites almost together, Zabiel's Pride, a neck on Arctic Will, who's travelling by far the better, repairingly so. And as they straighten up now, at Arctic Will straight away from Zabiel's Pride, who's under the whip. Greg Ryan hasn't moved on Arctic Will. At a length and a half to Untrue, 3 to Red Furno, and then comes Merchant Bank. Arctic Will in front, coming down to the 100 marker. Untrue second, and then Zabiel's Pride on the inside. It's Arctic Will nursed along by Greg Ryan, holding his rivals. And as they reach the line, it's Arctic Will for the Country Cup. Second is Untrue, 3rd Zabiel's Pride, 4th Merchant Bank, and then He's a Farmer. Red Furno's run second last, and Fleece was tailed off.
Anything in Wodonga?
1 Arctic Will, 290, 140. 5 Untrue, 250, and 2 Zabiel's Pride, 120.
Arctic Will, 290, 130. Number 5 Untrue will pay $3.10, and 2 Zabiel's Pride at $1.10. The winner, Arctic Will, trained by Keith Swan at Somerton in the northwest, by Will Dancer from Non-Arctica, and is raced by W. Turner, T. Torrens, R. Barlow, K. Harris, R. and D. Nieder, and ridden by Greg Ryan. The gelding having his 33rd start, his 13th win, 4 seconds and 6/3, and he's clocked 1:38.71, which is about 3.61 seconds outside Windsor Powell's race record. It's 1:52, Quinella 24.10, exacta 37.30, and the trifecta $86.30. Yes, just a little too good, Arctic Will. As I said, good ride. He didn't want Matthew Carl Gregg on Arctic Will dictating terms to suit himself. He moved up on Arctic Will, kept niggling away at Zabil's Pride. You've heard the rest. Here's Wodonga.
Spur missed it by 2 or 3 lengths, and one of the first out.
High Rolling sped out of the machine and leads clearly on settling down from Katima, who's going to race High Rolling. Between them, third 3/4 away as Let's Compromise, a length the bootleg, a half to over on the inside, and 2.5 to Masonry as they come along towards the 850. And Katima under restraint now from Kevin Moses, leads about a half length on High Rolling. Bootleg is third and wider out as Let's Compromise. Over tucked away on the fence and 2.5 to Masonry. Katima draws clear, and as they run past the 650 mark now, Katima has a lead of about a length and 3/4 on Bootleg. High Rolling third, then Let's Compromise holding over in the pocket, and a couple of lengths further back is Masonry. It's Katima leading clearly, and rounding the home corner, Katima by a length and a half. Bootleg, High Rolling the inside. Deepest at the moment is Let's Compromise, a length over, and on the inside Masonry, but Katima slipped away. Moses giving the filly full rein now, and Katima sped out by 3 lengths. Let's Compromise. Over's getting into the open stretches and is setting sail after Katima. Will it be too late? And with 50 to go, it's Katima in front. Over's flying home. The post will loom up too quickly for Over and quick enough for Katima. And Katima has beaten Over. Third, Let's Compromise. Fourth was Masonry. Nice run. First up from a spell. High Rolling a distant second last, and a further 10 Bootleg.
7 Katima, 4:32.20, 1 over 1:20, no third for 2.
He pinched it. Number 7, Katima, ridden by Kevin Moses, has paid 4.70 and 2.40. Over, flew home, too late. Number 1, the post looming up too quickly for supporters of the favourite. 1:30. And the third number will be number 2, and insufficient runners for a third tote. Katima, trained by Guy Walter. What a wonderful time Guy is enjoying at the moment. And is by Zedative from Kabitka, bred by Mrs. J.S. Mackay, and is raced by Mrs. Mackay and Mr. J.K. Mackay. And Katima having her 8th start, her 4th win, and was the only filly in the field of 6. And she scored in convincing fashion on a dead track in 1:10.89. 1:10.89. Over second by Dr. Grace from Tromper, a bay colt 3. John Hawkes, Rod Quinn, and Let's Compromise. Number 2 is by Bite the Bullet from Miss Exploit, Noel Mayfield Smith, Craig Carmody. Didn't he motor to the post Over? He was just held up at a vital stage, and had he been able to get him out, Rodney Quinn, and rev him up, coming her up to and around the home corner, I've got no doubt he would have beaten Katima. But I don't know whether Kevin Moses has got eyes in the back of his head. Well, I don't think he would have known that Over was awkwardly placed over on the inside. But he held up, and he held up on Katima, and then he let her rip as they straightened up, and up the rise when Katima booted out 3 in front, and she's lasted to win by a neck. Katima scoring from Over by Dr. Grace, and Let's Compromise by Bite the Bullet. Now the margins and time details coming to hand. The Quinella here has paid 4.50, exacta 9.50, and the trifecta 24.30. The winner, Katima, returning to the enclosure now with Kevin Moses aboard. And she scored by a neck with 2 3/4 lengths between second and third. 1:10.89 the time, 1:10.89, and the sectionals were 35.76 and 35.13. So to complete the line. They're off. And a pretty good start too. Sorrento jumped quickly, and so too did Roseville, going up to hit the lead. Techniques is right with the front speed, and over on the inside is Aphrodite, and Zelinda's not far away. Sorrento drifting back a little and is being passed there by Express Odds and Fortunata. 1.5 further away is Rubatoff, parked on the inside of Briefkiss. Dalquaran second last, and Little Patty is the trailer racing to the side. They got 900 to go, and Roseville shows the way, about a length on Zatella. Aphrodite third, then Techniques. Sorrento, the New Zealand mare's pratted out very wide, followed by Zelinda. She's racing between Rubatoff and Fortunata. Briefkiss is next. Express Odds third last. Little Patty second last, and bringing up the rear is Dalquaran. 600 metres to go on the Yanks quality, and Roseville making play by more than a length on Zatella. Aphrodite on the inside of Techniques, and wider Sorrento, and then comes Rubatoff, followed by Zelinda, Fortunata, Little Patty. Briefkiss third last from Express Odds, and Absolute is Dalquaran straightening, and Roseville giving back as a sight. Roseville by 2 lengths now. Second posse is taken by Techniques, the outside Express Odds, then Fortunata, Sorrento and Zatella, and Briefkiss is not finishing on well enough. Roseville, 100 to go. Roseville in full flight, no dangers. Flying home Little Patty, Fortunata hanging on for second, but Roseville all the way. Roseville from Fortunata and Little Patty, and then came Sorrento, good run, wide all the way from Dalquaran, Express Odds. Briefkiss didn't do much, then Zelinda, Zatella, Techniques, Rubatoff, and Aphrodite was last.
The treble 1, 7 and 7, $170.60. Winner 7, Roseville, 6.40 and 2.30. 6, Fortunata, 1.90. 3, Little Patty at $6.40. Race 4, Adelaide, 1, Charleston Bay, 3.10, 1.30. 2, Yarley Edition, 9.10, 3.50. 3, Piccalilli Star, 5.40, 1.70. 4, Tough Sword, 23 and 5. 5, Shush, 6.30, 1.80. 6, Eastwood Light, 13 even, 3.40. 7, Shirley's Toy, 3.80, 1.20. 8, Kipalonte, 39 and 8, scratch 9. Favourite 1, Charleston Bay, 3.10, 1.30. Tips are 135. Late mail special number 1. Number 1 also the sub, first leg of the treble.
From back near the tail of the field to pay $4.70. Cornella, 18.90. Exacta, 36.30. The trifecta's return, $707.10. If you've struck the extra double in New South Wales, a pair of 7s, and that confirmation will be coming up in just a matter of moments. The double, $39.60. The superfecta numbers are 7, 6, 3, 4, 10 and 12. 7, 6, 3, 4, 10, 12. The winning margin was a length and a half, with 3/4 the gap between second and third. 1.5, 3/4, 124.58. 124.58, the record held at 121.80, the race record. The first 600, 36.22, and the last 600 in 36.34. It's 7, 6 and 3, and the fourth of the day, the superfecta has not been won. Superfecta has not been won, so it'll be a big jackpot into the final event. Okay, let's check the totes. And victory here going to number... They're racing this time, Red Ivory just a little slowly out, and the favourite bounced straight to the lead, Haunting Spirit, followed by Sarek and Triple Crown. Then Come On Grace, Bargain, a gap to Lively Lad, Don Tristram, then Dame Kath. Wonder Break Dance, a break of a length to Sound, followed by Red Ivory and 2 or 3 lengths to Pursuits. Racing down the back and heading to the 1200 marker, and Haunting Spirit can't get to the fence, leads narrowly from Bargain wide out. Sarek is third on the inside, and some length and a half gap then to on the inside Triple Crown from Don Tristram, and then Lively Lad. Come On Grace is very wide out. A gap then to Dame Kath, followed by Sound and Breakdance. Breakdance being forced to cover a lot of additional ground. Red Ivory second last and tacking on as Pursuits. Haunting Spirit keen to run and comes onto the side in front narrowly though. On the outside going up very quickly is Lively Lad to join Haunting Spirit. Bargain third. Sarek on the inside, a length and a half further away is Triple Crown. Come On Grace is not having a lot of luck in the run, and then Don Tristram followed by by Dame Kath on the fence. After a length and a half then to Red Ivory going up on the inside of Breakdance and Sound, and last of all is Pursuits. They're swinging the corner with just over 400 to go, and Haunting Spirit straightens up about a neck clear on Lively Lad. 2 lengths Sarek, and then comes Bargain, followed by Dame Kath. Don Tristram, Red Ivory's made ground, and 2 or 3 lengths further back is Sound. Haunting Spirit in front, Sarek on the outside without his blinkers today, and Sarek collared Haunting Spirit, Red Ivory the inside, and Pursuits is rocketing home. Sarek grabbed by Red Ivory. Pursuits is coming quickly. Pursuits. Reckon Pursuits has got up on the line, and a tighty from Red Ivory. Sarek, and not far away Sound, but a very close finish. Further back in the field then was Dame Kath, followed by Haunting Spirit. 2 or 3 lengths to Breakdance, Triple Crown, Don Tristram, Bargain. Lively Lad knocked up and beat 1 to the line. Come on, Grace. Stand by for the result. Pursuits coming home very well on the outside. Went after Red Ivory and Sarek. And it was a great finish, great bustle with Pursuits coming home fast on the line and looks to have just got up. But hang on to your tickets. There's the number. Yes, number 1 is first. And that is Pursuits, ridden by Rod Quinn, has paid $6.90 and $2.70. Number 3 is second, Red Ivory, and her dividend is $10.30. And number 7, third, Sarek. And the tote dividend for Sarek is $1.80.
On Super Tab, number 1 Pursuits, 610.260. 3 Red Ivory, 11.10. 7 Sarek at 190.
Well, it might be 60, I think, yes. 267.60, 297.40 is the exacta. $2,004 exactly is the trifecta. Pursuits getting up on the line.
Race 5 Adelaide, 1 Briglia, 3:30.